So right here we have this big old giant. Hey buddy, I'm not gonna mess with you too much. Loaded with cichlids. You got a bunch of baby cichlids right there.
What is up, G Squad? Welcome back to another awesome video. If you guys could not tell by today's title and thumbnail, today is not anything we wanted to do, but it's probably for the best of our future plans and what we are going to be doing with this pond. Yes, today is going to be a pond video, everybody, so buckle in and stick around because it's going to be a lot of fun. Today, what we are doing, I mean, unfortunately and fortunately, there's pros and cons behind this. I love those cichlids that we caught, but unfortunately, I think if we want to add, some cooler things and have some more of a variety inside of this pond, we are going to have to get rid of these cichlids. Now, unfortunately, they're really, really cool. I love how they just kind of constantly zoom in across the tank, but like I said, you guys, we don't have the biggest pond on the block. So in order for us to, want to grow other bigger fish, I think we're gonna have to sacrifice these guys and go and relocate them to a private pond where there are 1 million, and when I say 1 million, I mean 1 million other Midas cichlids. So when we get over there today, I'm gonna give you guys a full tour of where we're relocating these fish, and I'm gonna show you guys all the Midas cichlids over there, and the property is really, really fascinating as well. We are going to be bringing these guys over to the Jupiter Farms plant nursery. Now, I don't know if I've done a video over there on this channel yet, but I've been there quite a few times to get some plants. When I used to have the chameleons, I used to go in there and get some plants and whatnot. Let me not sit here and talk forever. Let's show you guys the cichlids that we are going to be rehoming in today's video. So we've got one of our big old Midas cichlids right there. Absolutely beautiful. We've got another Midas cichlid right there. And then we've got a third one somewhere right there. We are going to be relocating all 3 of these Midas cichlids. We also might be getting rid of the big old vieja down there as well. I am not too sure yet. But we are definitely getting rid of the big Midas cichlids. They also kind of pick at the fins of our catfish. And you guys should all know that I built this pond specifically for my catfish, so those guys matter a little bit more than the cichlids to me. And considering that they pick off their little whiskers and of course they're biting at their fins, I didn't think these guys were gonna be super territorial fish. I knew that cichlids are kind of jerks here and there, but I mean, our Oscar, he's been pretty good with everybody, so I didn't think that they would kind of beef. So that's what we're going to be doing today, is we're going to be catching these cichlids out of here, putting them in a cooler, and bring them on over to Jupiter Farms Nursery. Now, before we do that, I'm going to give you guys some of the updates around this garage, show you guys some of these snakes, and I know a lot of you guys have been asking to see my crested geckos. You guys are all like, Gio, where are all the geckos? Can we get a gecko update? We're going to be doing some updates pretty soon. Life has been so crazy hectic. We'll get to a gecko video here soon. I'll give you guys a full tour of all my animals if you guys do want to see that. Leave some comments down below and let me know if that would be something you guys are interested in, doing a full tour of my house, full tour of all my animals, showing you guys one by one, cage by cage, everybody and where they're living and how they're living. Just last week I was mentioning how we got a huge shipment from our good friends over at the Isopod source. We got a bunch of little isopods and a whole bunch of cleanup crew for these bioactive enclosures that are not really fully set up just yet. We've got our plants and some other things growing in there, but no lizards just yet. Now, I think next week's video, we will definitely really kind of take this a little bit serious in the beginning before we get to our main topic of next week's video. We will set up a couple of these beautiful bioactive enclosures and get our cleanup crew inside. Let me give you guys a nice little look at some of these little cleanup crews. Isopods, you guys are gonna see me unboxing in next video. I'll give you guys a look at them now. We've got our little isopod setups right here. Now these, I believe, are the Panda Kings is what they're called. I'm still super new to this whole isopod world, but these guys kind of have a little bit of hype behind them. Everybody was like, oh, you got some Panda Kings. Well, look at this little tiny roly-poly in there. That is an isopod called a Panda King isopod. He's just kind of rolled up in a little ball right now. Kind of woke him up, but we'll send him on back in his way. And they also send us a bunch of food, a bunch of substrate, a bunch of cool little seed pods and everything that these isopods love to live in and eat as they kind of rot, I would say is the right word I'm looking for, but very cool. We got a bunch of different kinds and I'll talk more about them on next video, but just wanted to give you guys a little sneak peek on what we've been doing. Here's a little solo update on one of our nicest geckos, and she's crazy, but here is our sable lily white. She is so crazy, as you guys can see, but she is so beautiful too. We've got Mr. Angry. This is our little T positive, possible het for T negative king rat snake, and he is getting so stinking beautiful. Look at those yellows, those kind of pinkish reds kind of coming in onto his head. Super amazing snake right here. This guy is growing like a weed. Yay, look, we got another shed. That means these snakes are growing. That means we gotta get some enclosures here soon, but this is an even sassier king rat snake. This is the T Positive's girlfriend. And she's even more sassy than he is. Look at those red eyes with those yellowish greenish bands. Absolutely beautiful snake right there. Here's the sweetest king rat snake we own. This is the Axanthic. As you guys can see, he's really starting to get that black and white scheme going. But he is looking fascinating, that's for sure. Look at that animal. Look at the detail on that animal. It's actually pretty remarkable if you get a nice detailed look and you actually sat there and kind of looked at the scales and everything. They're really some beautiful, beautiful snakes. And here's the female Axanthic for that male. And she is just getting into a shed, as you guys can see. She's kind of a palish, grayish color. She is just getting ready to go into a full-on shed and change her clothes right there. Kirby always wants to come out and say hello. We got our pink patternless pine snake right here. Her name is Kirby. You guys have all been kind of following along. If you're new here, this is one of our first snakes that we ever got. Anybody that's been here should all know how Kirby's been growing. She is getting super, super nice. She's got a little stuck shed down there we gotta take care of. And then down here we've got our Blue Barons Racer. She is getting ready to shed. Her eyes were all grayed out yesterday, and now she's going right back into her hide. So beautiful. This is our holy grail right here. This is our female Blue Barons Racer. This is Pinocchio, the Green Barons Racer, and he is getting huge. Starting to grow a little bit more girth rather than length. This guy is starting to get super, super nice. Hi, Pinocchio. We've got our Oscar crew, and boy, do these guys never stop eating. Look at these guys begging for food right now. Look at this. Look at them. That's crazy. And to say the least, everybody inside of the pond is doing awesome. Everybody's getting pretty stinking big down there. We got some catfish, we got the hybrid right there. Look at how beautiful that Oscar is. He's getting really nice and bright. Now that I've given you guys some pretty basic updates around the garage, it is now time to catch these fish and get them over to their brand new home. It is not any easier to catch them out of my pond rather than catching them out in the wild, all right? This is literally impossible, but so far, we've got 2 out of 3 of the Midas cichlids. I mean, these fish are so beautiful. I'm definitely gonna miss them, but one day I'm sure when we upgrade ponds and I know we can keep a bunch of fish, we'll be able to have these again. I do have some plans coming up for the backyard, so if you guys, you know, just stay tuned. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but definitely stay tuned. Just like that, we've basically destroyed our whole escape. So next water change, we're gonna have to get in here and fix this. So probably later on this week, I'll have to fix all that escape of the catfish. So far, I love it because now they can actually hide under all the wood. We've got every single adult cichlid here. We've got our viejas, our 1 vieja. This is that big old guy right there. Okay. And then we've got our 3 Midas cichlids. Let's get these guys closed up, get the aerator on them, and I'll catch you guys over at the nursery. Woo! It is so hot out here in Florida today, but we've got our cooler full of fish. We brought a little bucket just so we can acclimate them because they are moving from inside back to outside. So the water temperature is probably gonna be a little bit warmer, so we're gonna just do a couple buckets of that inside of their cooler when we get there. And let's hope everything goes smooth. Can't wait to show you guys this amazing property. All right, everybody, well, we are here. We are at the Jupiter Farms Plant Nursery in Jupiter Farms, Florida. Now, I think I've been here in the past. I think I might have, when I had all the chameleons, I think I came here and got a couple plants for the chameleons, and I think I showed you guys off the big old pond and the tortoises they have. I'll give you guys a recap on all that here today. Let's just get this cooler out and get them ready to go. You just see rows and rows of beautiful plants. So walking right up in the back of this huge nursery that is just full of fruit trees and all these cool little exotic plants. We've got a pond that is just absolutely loaded with cichlids. You got a bunch of baby cichlids right there. So the gentleman that actually works here just mentioned that there's a huge pacu living in here as well. We're gonna try to get him to come up, but we got all of these beautiful cichlids you guys can see down here. There's like a million of them, all different colored Midas cichlids. So these guys are gonna fit right in. I'm trying to get a good look at them without spooking them, but there is so many Midas cichlids. Boom! There they all go. There's literally 1,000 of them, just beautiful. These are like white compared to ours that are orange and pink.
But I mean, look at this. They're basically gonna be going back to living in the wild. We're gonna try to get the Pacu to come up. I think the gentleman over there is bringing some food, which would be really cool to see him. So they also got in the back of this nursery, they got a huge sulcata tortoise enclosure. And they're just enjoying some breakfast right now. Hey buddy, I'm not gonna mess with you too much. Would you look at him take a couple of those monster bites out of that cantaloupe right there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them.
The Pacu's usually out a little bit further, but these all...
Look at all of these Midas cichlids, holy smokes. Look at them all go. So these guys are gonna fit right in with the rest of them. These are all Midas cichlids as well. You can't really tell how many are in there because like, the water's a little cloudy, but holy smokes, there's gotta be millions. Look at them all come up. Oh my goodness. Holy smokes. I'll just sit around and wait to see if that Pacu wants to come up. So that gentleman was nice enough to come over here and give us a little look at all of these Midas cichlids. I mean, all the food that he threw in was really cool to see how many cichlids are truthfully in there. I mean, they're still blowing up behind me. Take a look. That doesn't stop. There's millions. We even got a little turtle. I want to say we got a little painted turtle coming up right there. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see him, but he's right there. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the Pacu. Supposedly there's a huge Pacu living in here. That would have been super, super cool to see. No sign of him just yet. Let's hope. I mean, there's still a bunch of food in there. Let's hope he just comes up and boom, just blows up on it. That would be so, so cool. But like I said, I mean, look at that, you guys. There is a million cichlids over there. I'm gonna start pouring some buckets of water inside of the cooler and get these guys a little acclimated to this temperature over here. And then we'll be getting ready to get them out of there and put them into their brand new home, which is insane. We're gonna get some of this water, like I said, from down here to get these guys a little acclimated. And we're gonna do that just a couple times so these fish can just get a little acclimated. Cut some of their food as well. So I'm gonna do that a couple more times and pick the camera up when we're getting ready to transport these beautiful fish right down there. So right here we have this big old giant colorful Vieja cichlid, and we'll let this guy go in here first. He's probably the biggest of the bunch. So long, buddy. Oh my goodness, there's just a million and one cichlids here. Here you go, buddy. Oh, there he goes. Right in. And I mean, they are just still blowing up right at my feet. This is just incredible. There's tiny little baby cichlids everywhere. I mean, this is like a breeding ground over here. Look at this. Imagine throwing a line over here. Thankfully, I think our cichlids are a little bit too big to get eaten by that guy right there. Some of these baby ones, I know he's probably putting a hurting on them. Next up, we'll go with our biggest Midas cichlid out of the three. And boy, look how big that thing is. That's one of the biggest Midas cichlids I've seen. Here we are, buddy. Look at this. Take a look at your brand new home. It's huge. It's much bigger than the pond you're in right now. So here we go. Look. So long, buddy. Scram. Scram. You got rocks to hide in. Look, he just went right down there and hid in that rock. Hey. Here he goes, trying to catch some of those cichlids, like I said. Not cool. Knock it off. There goes our big old Midas cichlid. And we've got two more. I don't know which one we should go with out of these two. I'm gonna definitely miss these fish. It was really cool to know that we caught these down here. This is our pinkish one. Here is our pink Midas cichlid. And to give you guys, oh no. Okay, thankfully that was not a terrible fall. That was nice and gentle. Fell off my foot. But this is our beautiful, beautiful pink Midas cichlid. So here you go, buddy. Take care. Swim off. I mean, look, he's sitting here, and there is 1,000,001 little cichlids right here. Look at the bird. The bird's got a cichlid in his mouth. No. No. Dude. Ugh. That kind of sucks to see. Right through his body. That beak went right through his cichlid body. Poor fish. Oh, and right down the hatch it goes. Well, guys, last but not least, we've got our beautiful pink Midas cichlid. Here he goes. Look at all those cichlids. I don't know if you guys can see them down there, but so many. Enjoy, buddy. Enjoy. That's your new home.
And just like that, our 4 cichlids have entered their brand new home behind me. Look at this place. I mean, they're basically gonna be living in paradise. They've got so much food. I mean, we all saw how much food Buddy threw in here to feed the pacu, so these guys are all eating great. And there's still millions and millions of pellets all over the bank, so these guys are gonna be living a really nice life in here. Good thing I've got them kind of accustomed to eating out of, you know, people's hands and throwing food in there, so they know to eat all these pellets and whatnot. Those things are pigs. Yeah, and I think they're also big enough to avoid getting eaten by that big old bird right there, so they got no complaints over here. I want to say they're gonna be living a good life. Now, before we head out of here, I'm gonna give you guys a nice little look at this place because this property is immaculate, crazy plants, and awesome animals as well. Yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed that. And this is where our cichlids are going to be enjoying the rest of their life. They're going to be breeding in here and repopulating, so it's really, really cool to see. I can't get over how many cichlids are at my feet right now. You got some Mayan cichlids right there. And you got all this bait. Look at all the baby fish that are just swimming. Maybe one day when we have a smaller pond, they'll let us come back here and catch a couple of these little ones to grow out, which would be really cool because I see they've got a lot of different colored ones on here. Some are white with black splotches, some are red, some are orange. I mean, and they are just so beautiful too. There's a million. I keep on saying that, but I mean, seriously, guys, there is a million cichlids right here. I mean, they've also got some little redfoot tortoises over there. Look at this guy. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. I don't know if you guys can see him. Here he comes. Hey, buddy. Look at that redfoot tortoise. Going to eat some breakfast. Enjoying some watermelon right there. I mean, you guys, if this is not the coolest nursery, I don't know what is, because this is insane. Look at this guy. Coming to stalk these cichlids. I kind of don't like you, bro. I just love all the greenery, though. I know it sounds funny for me to say that since we're at a nursery. But I mean, look at all the rows and rows of exotic palm trees, exotic fruit trees, flowers. Basically anything you guys can think of, this place has got. They got a lot of exotic plants, and to say the least, they've got a lot of exotic wildlife living on the property. So amazing over here. I mean, they've got greenhouses, so many different plants. It's actually so awesome. I love coming here. Whenever I'm in town, I try to stop by. They got such cool stuff over here. Now, if Mr. PC was home, we'd take a trip right over to his house because this is literally 2 minutes on the street. But Sucker's in Colombia living his best life, so no Paul today. Look at who it is. If it ain't El Chapo, then I don't know who it is. How you doing? Kid's out here in Colombia living his best life. Look at this. Would you take a look at this? Looks like we just missed this crazy storm that's coming by. Good thing we got those fish there. We are now home, and let's just say my pond is all dirty, my scape is all messed up. So what I'm gonna do is wrap this video up here and get to working on that. Now I gotta somehow either drain my pond and get in there and fix that scape, or go swimming. It's one of the two, but hopefully you all enjoyed today's video. And with that being said, G Squad, I'm gonna be wrapping it up right here. Make sure you guys are in tune for next week's video. We've got a lot of news coming soon. You guys, I'm gonna be doing a merch drop here pretty soon. So if you guys are looking for any merch, some Lanni's Lizards merch is coming out. I'm not gonna give you guys any ideas. Just wait and you guys will have to see it. But like I said, G Squad, I'm out of here. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.